Hi, church. Pastor Steve asked me to do a midweek encouragement, and I was just thinking about this over the weekend, and what came to mind was the mind of Christ. We see a lot of things going on in the world, and sometimes you just ask yourself, how should we be thinking as Christians? What should we be doing? What is the right way to approach things, approach life, approach situations that we face? And what came to mind was the mind of Christ, and sometimes we come across people that we expect them to have a certain mindset, but sometimes we don't see it. And I just wanted to speak about one particular aspect of the mind of Christ that we should all have, and it's just to be mission-minded. A verse that really brings it out very well is Luke chapter 2, verse 49. So it says, "And he said to them, 'Why do you seek me? Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business?'" So this is basically a situation whereby, Jesus was with his parents, and they went to Jerusalem, the temple, every year. And this particular year, Jesus stayed in the temple, and his parents came back for him, and this is what he said to them. And it just shows, like, when you think about it, he was 12 years old. It just shows you the mindset he had. At that age, he was thinking about God's work, that his calling, his purpose, what he came here to do. And he just outright said it. "Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business?" And I just realized that that's how we should be thinking. We should be thinking about our mission. Our mission. Why are we here? What is our purpose? What have we come here to achieve? We're not people that have just appeared in history at one point and have nothing to do. And that's just something I want to remind everybody, that we need to have that mindset, that we're here for a purpose, and we should be focused on that mission and not get distracted. The second verse that really illustrates this very well is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 to 2. I'll read. "Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." So again, this just illustrates how Jesus lived his life. One, he was focused on the cross. He had joy in his heart in fulfilling that mission of saving mankind and bringing salvation to the world. And he endured the cross, despised the shame, and is now sitting at the right hand of God. And the author of Hebrews refers to this as our race. We must run our race and run it with endurance. And that is our mission. Our mission is our race. Our mission is what we've been brought on this earth to do. And this race that we're in our lives, we're not competing against other people. We are here to fulfill God's mission, fulfill God's purpose, and not look at the other person next to us and say, our life should be like that person or this person. We should just be focused on ourselves and on the calling Christ has placed in our hearts, and run that race with endurance. Because there's several things in life that can tire us down. There is people that we might come across, there is situations we might face, and that's why I think it mentions run the race with endurance. And that's very, very important for us to bear in mind. So another thing I like to say is that, sometimes the world makes us think about life as, we must try and achieve, a lot of things by way of, owning houses, owning the flashiest cars, saving up for your pension, your retirement, the latest gadgets, but in reality, this is not true treasure. True treasure is running our race, fulfilling God's purpose, living for Christ, and achieving that for which He set out for us. That is true treasure, and that's what we should be focused on, and not on other things which people could set our minds to as being treasure, but in reality, it's not really treasure. from the perspective of the kingdom of God. And I would just like to just end with another verse which really brings out the importance of us running our race and spending our lives being focused on our race. And that verse is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. I read, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Finally, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give to me on that day, and not to me only, but also to all who have loved his appearing. So I just want to end with that verse and say, we must fight the good fight. We must finish our race. We must keep the faith so that we can say those same words that Paul said to Timothy and have peace in our hearts when we meet our Creator. God bless.